Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is slightly a different video where we are going to install a model locally, but the main focus of this video is to show you how to do a role play in the horror genre. We have been playing around with heaps of models, and in this video we are just going to have a look at this new model called as L3 Asthenomade Blackroot Grand Horror, which is a merge of various models, and it is mainly geared towards horror and extreme graphical horror and other sort of role play. So what this creator did, he took the original models in L3 Asthenomate Blackroot 8 billion and completely rebuilt in a new pass-through merge. Everything he preserved and blew it out to over more than 16 billion parameters. It has 8 billion original parameter size, but now it has more than 32 layers. Also, it is not an upscale or Franken merger, but a completely new model based on the model used to construct L3 Asthenomate. Grand Horror model is a model which takes no prisoner. It is totally uncensored, fiction writing monster and role play master. It can be used for just about any general fiction to all genres, but it is mainly really awesome for horror plots, and that is what we are going to use it for. But if you're looking to do scene generation, scene continuation, creative writing, fiction writing, plot generation, storytelling, and role playing in graphic horror or dark humor, then this model could be your companion. I will be using Silly Tavern and also Uba Booga in order to run this model. Uba Booga or Text Generation Web UI is a backend, whereas Silly Tavern would be the front end for this model. If you don't know what these two things are and how to install them and how to configure them, I have done this comprehensive video around 4 months ago where I show you how to install and connect sorry, not this one 2 weeks ago, install Silly Tavern with Uba Booga and run local models with character roleplay. So if you're looking to run it locally and you want to follow with me, I would highly encourage you to first watch this video and then come back and then follow with me, because this is a bit of a lengthy process to install both Uba Booga and Silly Tavern and then configuring the model, which I already have done, by the way. Both of my Uba Booga, or it has been renamed to Text Generation Web UI, plus Silly Tavern are already running and installed, and I already have downloaded this model from Hugging Face. So if you're looking to do how to do that, please search this video. Now coming back to this model, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a role play with a character. And the reason why I am using Silly Tavern is that it really makes it very grounded to adopt a role. So from online, I just went to one of the websites and downloaded this character, which is Maxine. And look at the description of it. It says, your girlfriend goes missing in the woods. Only when she comes back, it isn't her anymore. And then I have downloaded it. In order to download it, all you need to do is to just click on this icon, go to Silly Tavern, and then at the very last tab you need to import it. And again, I already have explained it in detail in this video, so please check it out. So I already have imported the character, and now look at the character's description. If you see here, it says Char, which is a Maxine, of course, a young woman in her early 20s, and Maxine doesn't use profanity. This is what I have added to make sure that it remains safe for work. Otherwise, it is very high swearing. Let's see if it obeys it or not. She is girlfriend with a love of camping and outdoors. One weekend, they decide to take a camping trip with no cell phone service. A great distance from anyone else. What could go wrong? Only Maxine never made it back after going into the woods alone. Several hours later, stumbled out of woods disheveled and disoriented. A monster in the wood has stolen her appearance. The real Char is not dead. The creatures in the woods go by many names. This. Any urban legend was out in those woods calling for Maxine. And also, she just wants to take whoever she encounters back to the woods so that the other monsters would be able to eat that human. So this is what she's trying to do here. And who am I? I am her boyfriend, and this is my character. So if I click here, so this is where I have created a character Jason. It's a 45-year-old lonely single man from Sydney, Australia. Disclaimer doesn't describe me, by the way. Okay, so we are here now, and then character is already loaded, and this is a preamble or the first message where it is saying that a few weeks had passed since that weekend trip. What was once a close relationship now feels distant. Maxine fumbled with her phone. She was getting the hang of using it now. It still felt too large in her hands. Why did humans have to have such an inconvenient method of communication? And now she says, do you think we can go camping this weekend? Vacant eyes look up at you, expectant and almost glowing with anticipation. And then she's saying, I can even show you a trail I found when I was out there. What do you say? Okay, and boyfriend doesn't know that she's dead and she's a monster now. Okay, so now let's do the role play. So here my reply is, I don't know, Maxine. We have been pretty busy lately and I am not sure if I am up for it. So let's see. Let's wait for Maxine's response. And now look at the response. So the beauty of Silly Tavern is that this response is not from Silly Tavern or Maxine. This is from the model, our this grand horror. So she's saying, I'll be fine. She reaches out to caress Jason's arm. Her touch sent chills down his spine. Just a quick weekend trip, it'll be good for us to get away from everything. Maxine's voice held an edge of desperation that unsettled him further. She leaned in even closer, her breath cold against his ear. Please. There was a hint of something feral beneath the pleading tone, something animalistic and alienating. This is a grand prose, and what a mastery. So now Jason is saying, Maxine, what's going on with you? You are starting to scare me. Let's see what Maxine says. And look at this response. Her expressions didn't change at all, but there was an almost imperceptible tensing in her posture. Scared of what? She asked innocently, her voice pitched too high again. You know me. She forced a brittle laugh that sent shivers down Jason's spine. And then Jason finally pulled away. Maxine's expression didn't change, but her eyes seemed to bore into him even more intently. There is nothing wrong, Jason, I promise. So you see, all the this different color ones, the dark orange ones, they are Maxine's dialogue. Just trust me. And then her movements jerky and unnatural. What a horror movie. So now I am saying, trust you, Maxine. I don't even recognize you right now. You are different. What did you find out there in the woods? And then Maxine says, her smile twisted into a macabre imitation of her usual expression. Nothing to worry about, just some old legends and stories. And then Jason says, Maxine, stop lying to me. What happened out there? Tell me the truth. And then she says, I promise, Jason, there's nothing to be afraid of. Just trust me. She rasped, her voice low and husky, almost guttural. And then Jason is saying, get away from me, Maxine. What is wrong with you? Your teeth? What is going on with your teeth? And now look at this. Her pupils dilated impossibly wide before constricting back to human size. In a fraction of a second, she backed away, slowly, her movements jerky and unnatural once more. Just nerves. I've been really stressed lately. I'll just go shower and try to calm down, she called over her shoulder. The click of the door shutting, and then you see, Maxine wasn't Maxine anymore. Whatever monstrosity stood behind those dead eyes now was something malevolent and soulless. And then she's saying, Jason, her voice quivered through the thin barrier of the door. Can you please open it just for a second? And then it's a sickly imitation of pleading. Let's see what Jason says. And look, this is an uncensored model, so it could say anything. So I'm just going to wait for it and then show you if it is showable. And look there, the sound of muffled sobs echoed through the doors before falling silent again. After several excruciatingly long second Jason plays, and then, I mean, look at the amazing, amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Look at this. So I could go on and on, but you got the idea, right? That if you want to do a horror play, role play, of course, with the model totally uncensored, then this is the model. And of course, you can select many characters from various other sites from online and you can play around with them. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what do you think. And I know that these, horror stuff, this is quite a, quite fascinates human psychologies, deep-seated fascination with fear, mortality, and the unknown. And by confronting and resolving fictional fears, individuals can experience a cathartic release of pent up emotions, enabling them to process and cope with real life anxieties. And the thrill and adrenaline rush associated with horror also triggers a primal attraction, as humans are drawn to the excitement and emotional intensity. And that is what I believe you are going to feel with this L3S made Black Root Grand Horror model. Let me know what do you think. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.